Notting Hill Genesis were recently successful in getting planning approval for another 2,088 new homes on the estate, and that will signal the start of stage B of the regeneration. So we feel it's really important that we've got a meanwhile space that can be used to help to build people's skills, enterprise, where people can have fun and really start to look at how the estate will look once it's been regenerated. We'll be building a new community centre as part of stage B in phase 2, and that will be in about 6 or 7 years' time. So until then, it's really important that we've got a meanwhile space that everyone can access, and we can consult people, and also people can start to grow skills, enterprises, lots of community activities as well.
Although the library was being used by various organisations, I think that it was the only space available to serve the residents of Grahame Park. But it was very dull and lifeless, and to me it wasn't welcoming at all. It didn't feel like a building that you would want to come to every day to learn, share experiences and have some fun.
But we want them to define the spaces as well, so that when you walked into a space you knew how you could use that space and what it could be used for.
So when you take on a refurbishment, there will always be a few surprises, like for example, what's behind the wall, what's under the floor. So having to adapt, we discovered things and worked within changing constraints, which meant we had to work closely with our consultants and our contractors to find practical solutions within our restricted budgets.
There was quite a lot of health and safety related work that needed to be carried out, particularly to the electrical wiring and to the drainage. We also had to replan. The original architect who put in the bid for funding had done that work pro bono, and there were a number of things that were either not practical or quite expensive. So we had to make quite a lot of changes to the designs early on to make sure that the space would work.
Right, some of the most interesting parts of the project to work on, a lot of the stuff I've done before, like building new walls, new toilets, things like that. I've done that before, but they've already been in sort of existing buildings that had fire alarms, so we've just had to connect to, we haven't really done anything with the fire alarms really, we've just added a few new zones onto the fireboard. On this project, we've had to literally put a whole new fire system in, what we call an L4 system. Again, just watching how the guys fitted that together, how they put all, done all the cabling, done all the wiring, fitting the fireboard panel. Some of the things we've learnt about that regarding it needs an emergency light above it. A couple of things that I've learnt from when they've done that is probably what's made that part the most interesting.
We had really good engagement from lots and lots of different parties on this. So initially we put in a bid to the Mayor of London for good growth funding, and we were successful in that. There were a number of youth organisations on the estate who lobbied GLA as part of that and were really engaged with it. People like Youth Realities, Fuse Youth Project, Forefront, those sorts of people were all really important to getting the funding. Barnet Council as well, we engaged with them. They also provided funding via the Section 106 for the new regeneration project. And within NHG, lots of other departments collaborated and have given support and payments and goods in kind. So our facilities department have been absolutely wonderful. They've given us lots of office furniture that was surplus to requirements from NHG, for example. Our procurement colleagues were great. A number of our consultants have given their services free of charge. So lots of different people within NHG, and of course the development team who've provided lots of services too. So.
We have the pleasure of supporting this community with whatever needs they have. And this library, it's a central point, and it's just exciting to be able to bring it back to life.
We want the community to feel like they own the space, that it's their space, and that the benefits that they will get from being in the space, whether it's to come in and just ask a simple question or to come in and actually take the opportunity to take part in some of the programmes that we'll be delivering. I think what I enjoyed about the project was the opportunity to make changes as we went along, have an input into the design and how I wanted the rooms to be used, wanted them to look and wanted them to feel. I really enjoyed that part of the project.
There has been so much work that's gone into the library, into the refurbishment of the library, that I would like to see the residents of Grahame Park thrive and continue to receive the support from Notting Hill Genesis and the external partners. And we would like to enable the residents to have a better future or to be placed on the right track for a better future.
Right, so now the library's finished, what has it got to offer? We have a main hall that will provide opportunities for parties, residents meetings, training, sport, a range of activities working with young people and older people. You've got the main reception area, which is going to become the place that you can go to ask questions, to get the answers and provide you with information about what's going on in Grahame Park. There are 3 smaller workshops that will be used by our partners and community organisations to deliver projects that will support training, one-to-one support, mentoring, and also provide a flexible workspace for local businesses who may just want to come in and get an extra hour of peace and quiet away from their home to do a little bit of work and work on their businesses. And also Notting Hill Genesis staff will be using the space and will be working in the community.
I think the library will be the linchpin of all sorts of meanwhile uses and activities that we want to introduce onto the estate or to assist Colindale Communities Trust with delivering.
I'm pleased with what we've done, I'm pleased with how it's turned out, and most of all, some of the feedback from the clients is what's made me most proud.